You've probably heard me say this more than once, but I believe it deserves repeating. When we write about people, we want them to be more than just a name on the page. We want to describe, also called characterize them in some way. You don't have to write pages and pages of description for each person. Just a few well-chosen details make this person real for your reader. Today, we're going to talk about one way to do that. Hi, my name is Patricia Charpentier, and welcome to episode 64 of the Life Writer's Vlog, where you can find inspiration and useful tips to help you write your life stories. Today, we are going to look inside my book, Eating an Elephant, Write Your Life One Bite at a Time. And we're going to go to the section about characterizing people. Eating an Elephant has an entire section devoted to characterizing people. There are multiple ways of characterizing them, and this section goes into a number of those. But today we're only going to look at bite number 40, and it's titled, What Do They Sound Like? What do they sound like? A person's voice is unique to him or her. Each voice has certain characteristics, and you can use that to describe a person. Maybe you want to talk about a person's tone of voice. Is it really high-pitched and squeaky, or is it deep, like actors James Earl Jones, Morgan Freeman, Sam Elliott, and the like? You can also talk about the speed of a person's voice. This person may speak crazy fast, like the guy on the old FedEx commercial, or the voice on pharmaceutical commercials when they are giving all the side effects of their drugs. Or maybe the person has a really slow southern drawl, and you swear they're never going to get the sentence out of their mouths. That's one way to describe their speech. Also, think about if a person consistently mispronounced certain words. I always had to smile when my dad said he was going to the buffet for a buffet. It was a place he loved to go, so he said buffet a lot. If I were to write about him going to the buffet, I would definitely spell it phonetically to show how he pronounced it. Maybe the person you're writing about has an accent of some sort. It might be reserved only for a couple of words, or it may be throughout their speech. I tried really hard when I was in my 20s to get rid of my Cajun Bayou country accent. I did, for the most part, but it still comes out with certain words. Every time I say order or idea, and I have others, people are like, where are you from, girl? So if they have an accent, you can feature those words. Also, does a person have certain sayings they use regularly? The first ghostwritten book I did was a gift for one of my best friends, and I interviewed her mother and ghostwrote her story. At the end of every thought, this friend's mother always said, but anyway. And then she'd go on to another thought, and she'd get to the end of that, and she'd say, but anyway. She said that over and over again, so much so that I titled the book, But Anyway. As soon as my friend saw the title, she laughed because she knew her mother said that all the time. And that saying characterized her mother. Another friend of mine, Jennifer, ends every telephone conversation the same way. She says, okay, take good care. Take care is a pretty common saying, but Jennifer's take good care is something I don't hear often. I always wait to hear it each time I talk to her on the phone. So pay attention to people's speech and look for unique characteristics. Use those details to characterize the people in your stories. and make them real, make them more than just a name on a page. And also, speech can tell a lot about a person without saying it directly. Just by the words they choose, it can often denote a person's education, attitude, disposition, and much more. So I encourage you to do a little experiment. Do some eavesdropping in the next day or so when you're in a group or with another person or people around you are speaking. Listen to what they are saying, but also listen to how they are saying it. Listen for tone and pitch, volume, speed, accents, sayings, and such. Then describe this person's voice in the comments section below. I can't wait to see what you come up with in describing this person's voice. If you liked what you just watched, sign up to be notified of future vlog posts, Sunday stories, and upcoming events. Use the buttons below to share this episode on social media or with a friend who might enjoy it. So until next time, everyone, happy writing.
If you enjoyed this week's episode, you will love our Life Writers membership. Whether you don't know where to start writing your life stories, have started and stopped many times, or have been writing but want to receive feedback to make your stories better, the Life Writers membership is where you need to be. We have a Get Started roadmap, an extensive library of instructional videos, live events via Zoom, and a supportive and active community. If you want to take the stories that live in your heart and mind and put them onto the page, check out Life Writers at lifewriters.us.